While film fans the world over are arguing the merits of Blade Runner 2049, some of us have given up unraveling the plot and started obsessing over the costumes. Indeed, Esquire have made the bold claim that the coat worn by Ryan Gosling's replicant detective is actually the best thing about the film. They might not be wrong, but that's not to bag the rest of the movie. Gosling's coat has serious class, borrowing equally from military gear and film noir fashion, as timeless as it is post-apocalyptic. Like its owner, it's not quite what it appears. What appears to be leather is actually laminated cotton, giving it a heavy-duty look without making the star drown in sweat under the studio lights. When it comes to the movies, a coat might not make a man a hero, but it certainly helps. To prove it, all one needs to do is browse some of the most iconic coats to ever grace the silver screen. Ryan Gosling as K in Blade Runner 2049 in the jacket that stole the show. Photo Stephen Von Blade Runner. A big influence on Gosling's duds. This custom-made heavyweight cotton duster, worn by Harrison Ford isn't so much 21st century as 1980s meets 1940s. It wouldn't be too much of a stretch to cut Ford's Rick Deckard out of the publicity stills and paste him onto the cover of a Duran Duran album. Perfect for the gent who likes to be futuristic hard-boiled detective by day, synth pop Lothario by night. Casablanca. This is the granddaddy of detective coats, worn by Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca and donned by pretty much every screen gumshoe since. It's such an iconic look that makers Burberry recently went to court with the Bogart estate to argue over whether the coat made the man or the man made the coat. Burberry wanted to use images of Bogart's character in a marketing campaign. Some 75 years after the film was released, the Burberry trench remains on trend, although the heritage beige look is currently targeted at women, rather than men. Not sure what Bogey would make of that. Get Carter. Here's a darker variation on the classic trench, suiting the gritty feel of this 1971 Michael Caine thriller. Made by London's Aquascutum, the original one of two used in the film last went on sale back in 2011 and fetched a bank-busting $13,000. Happily, you won't need to look far to find a cheaper option on the shelves today. The blue mohair three-piece Caine wears beneath the coat is no less of a legend, giving his character a style and panache completely at odds with the bleak and beige world he strides through. 3 Days of the Condor. Sidney Pollack's 1975 political thriller doesn't get as much love as it should these days, but Robert Redford cuts a mean silhouette as a CIA desk jockey on the run. His black peacoat, collar flipped up, is just the thing for a fugitive looking to survive a DC winter. The wool is heavy enough to keep warm, the cut short enough to quickly make a break for it. Paired with his Ray-Ban aviator shades, it's classic espionage chic, and still looks ace. The Matrix. In the wake of this 1999 sci-fi classic, long leather coats became the outerwear of choice for geeks the world over. It might be time to reassess, given this year's catwalk styles seem to owe a thing or two to Keanu & Co. Alongside leather shirts and alligator skin ensembles, patent leather trenches have been downloaded into new collections from Versace and Louis Vuitton. Spectre. While he's best known for his taste in tuxedos and tailored suits, Connery's gray three-piece and Goldfinger set the template. 007 has displayed a sharp eye for a good coat over the years. More liked a trench including a memorable corduroy number. Brosnan preferred a double-breasted cashmere piece from Brioni, and Lazenby donned a navy car coat. Daniel Craig has tended more towards leather jackets, which made his choice of this double-breasted bridge coat from Tom Ford all the more striking. Halfway between a pea coat and a greatcoat, made from lightweight black wool, it's not really typical Bond attire. Costume designer Janie Temim had the coat made to be a little more arrogant than the spy's usual threads, allowing him to blend in with mafia bosses at a funeral. With nail-eye dressing like an unemployed, alcoholic actor might not sound like the most obvious style choice. But this flamboyant coat, woven from Harris tweed and worn by Richard E. Grant, fuses extreme romance with rugged practicality. Borrowing equally from 18th century fashion and modern country attire, it's perfect for either flouncing about on a hilltop or slouching around at your local pub. Ankle length and buttoning to the chin, this is a coat you can live inside, necessary if you can't afford clothes or central heating, without sacrificing romance. The original was famously bought by UK TV personality Chris Evans of the revived Top Gear, who subsequently destroyed it while riding a quad bike. Thankfully, designer Andrea Gaylor has made more. If you have the dash, she'll even cut you one to measure. Full disclosure, this writer bought one. Check out the gallery above to see some of the most iconic coats in cinema.